Happy Crafty Friday! Today we are doing a Valentine's Day themed DIY. How is that so hard to say? I'm going to show you how to make a string art heart card. It's so cute. So cute. You probably can't even see this heart because the light is like... So yes, just one card idea in this video, but in the past I have done multiple, so I'll link those videos below in a Valentine's Day playlist. I did tons of cute Valentine's cards and crafts. If you guys were here on Wednesday, you probably recognize that I'm in the same like crazy hairdo. I never do this. I don't know how I feel about it. Like, it's kind of cute, kind of like, I don't know. I'm just going with it. Anyway, I posted a plan with me video. I'll link that below, as well as my Sharpie bookmark video from the last Crafty Friday. For those of you who are new, of course, welcome, and please click the red subscribe button to join the family, as well as the bell isn't red, but click the bell icon to be notified every single time I post a video. You know, if you want to. I guess the bell is a circle now. Thumbs this video up to spread love, and now let's get on into the tutorial. Start off by choosing a very thick piece of paper. I'm using a piece from this Bristol pad that I got from Michael's. You could use cardstock, but you do want to use something that's rather thick because we're going to be sewing the paper later. Once you have your paper, or if you have a pre-made card base, that's fine too. I am personally taking a pre-made card base so I can just trace the measurements and not have to worry about doing that on my own. This is a square card base, and I think it's 5.5 by 5.5 inches. That's one side of it, so it's 11 inches long and 5.5 inches wide. I have it written on the screen, and I have it converted to centimeters as well as inches because I know the USA doesn't do things like the rest of the world when it comes to measurements. I just traced around that with a pencil, and now I'm cutting it out with a pair of scissors. And the final step to prepare this piece of paper is simply to fold it in half. Now you have a card base. Since this video is Valentine's Day themed, and just because I like hearts anyway, I'm using a heart shape, and I just printed this off from Google Images. It's heart clip art. You can draw one on your own if you would like. So I cut off the shape, and then I just stuck it down very lightly with washi tape, and I'm going to trace around it, and I centered it, of course. I used a ruler to center the image as best as I could. When you trace around this, do it as lightly as possible because you'll want to erase the pencil lines later on. I removed the paper carefully and filled in all the blank spaces. Then I'm going to start adding dots all around this heart outline. The easiest way to begin is to start at the middle top point and then also at the bottom point. Now take a ruler so you can make the dots an equal distance apart from each other. Each dot should be about the same distance away from the previous dot, and so on and so forth. I made mine about 1/8 of an inch apart. Again, I will do that conversion in centimeters for the rest of you who don't use inches. This part doesn't have to be perfect, but you do want to take your time and make sure that they're fairly evenly spaced. And do that all the way around the line until the whole entire heart has dots along the edges. And it should look something like this if you did a heart. You know, if you did a flower or a star, just make sure that there's dots along the entire outline. The next step is to poke holes into every dot. Here I have a piece of foam from, I think, some package that I've saved a while ago. I don't know, but you could use corkboard or just a piece of cardboard. Anyway, put the piece of paper, the card, down onto this and take a sharp tool such as a clay dotting tool, or not a dotting tool, a needle tool. You could use a needle, a push pin, anything that you have lying around that's sharp and tiny. I continued poking holes all the way around and made sure that every single dot was accounted for. Then I went in with an eraser to get rid of those pesky pencil lines. And now it's just about time to get started on the sewing. First, you need to figure out how many dots you have total. I have 96 holes total, and that in half is 48. Make sure you have an even number of holes. Then decide how many colors of floss or thread you want to use. I'm using 6, so I'm going to divide 48 by 6, and that equals 8. So 8 consecutive holes will have one color, which is technically 16 holes total when you do the back and forth, but you'll see what I mean. This is going to vary depending on how many colors you have, how many holes you have, but here's just the general idea. I'm using embroidery floss simply because I have a bigger color selection in this than I do in regular thread. Generally, embroidery floss will have 6 strands of thread total, and I'm only going to be using 1. I know that you can see me pull out 2 here, but later on I decided to switch to 1. So you need 1 thread, and then you'll go ahead and thread the needle, of course. So use any type of needle that you're comfortable with as long as it's small enough to fit through the holes. And the way that I'm threading the needle so it doubles over is I put one end of the thread in and then I pull it so both ends meet like this. It's kind of folded in half. And at the end I tie a few knots to secure it together. Now comes the fun part. I am going to start at the very bottom hole and then I'm going to go directly across from that. So I'm going to go to the top hole. You start with your needle on the back of the card on the inside, and you can see what I'm doing obviously, but you pull it through, make sure that the knot is catching, and then put it through that top one. Now the needle will come out through the back of the card and you're going to just go one hole over and stick the needle back through to the front. Pull it all the way through, and then you're going to go directly diagonal from that. So go all the way down next to that bottom thread hole and insert the needle, pulling it through to the back of the card. I'll show you one more time. It's on the back of the card now. I'm going to the next hole over, poking it through to the front, and I am going to go diagonally up to that next hole and put it through to the back. Keep repeating this step for every single color until you are finished. And you do want to tape or secure the knots to the back of the card somehow. I find that Scotch tape works pretty well. If you run out of thread, just cut knot and then re-thread your needle and add more. I'm doing a sort of pastel rainbow. That seems to be a common theme on my channel. Whenever I do a rainbow, I never put red, I always put pink, usually. You can see what I'm doing, the same exact thing, just doing the diagonal crosses, pulling the needle to the back and putting it a dot over. It's really, really easy. I went yellow, orange, pink, purple, blue, and lime green. And that is it. Now you have a totally unique Valentine's Day card for someone, or you could give this as a birthday card or any kind of occasion that you want. Even if you want to just make this on a piece of paper and put it in a frame for room decor, that would be a great idea too. The inside does look rather messy, but you could cover this up with a piece of paper. You could cut it in the shape of a heart or just use a square. You could put duct tape over it, whatever you feel would make the inside look best, but I didn't even bother with it. It's just the inside. I'm not too worried. By the way, if you're not yet a part of the SoCraftastic family, please join by clicking the red subscribe button below. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, let me know by giving this video a big thumbs up. Or 2. I don't think you can give 2. Also, share this video with anyone who may need a last-minute Valentine's Day idea for giving their loved ones a card. As I mentioned, Valentine's playlist listed in the description box below, along with my Sharpie bookmarks and my plan with me. So all that you can watch after this video if you want. Oh, by the way, I am currently in New York. As you are watching this, if you're watching this like the weekend that I post it, I'm in New York skiing at Holiday Valley. I'm probably vlogging a little bit of it, so I will post that on my vlog channel when I get a chance. I haven't been keeping up with that channel very well, and I also have a Leo McWhiskers video. My cat went in the snow, like a little bit of snow, and that was the first time. It was kind of funny. So I'll post that on his channel when I get a chance as well. I hope you guys have a great rest of the day, and stay tuned for my next video, which should be up on Tuesday or Wednesday. It's kind of like in the works right now. I'll see you guys then. Goodbye. Leo, what are you doing? He just climbed into my suitcase as I was doing my voiceover. Choking on my spit. That's an everyday thing. That is so loud. Why is there a semi driving past my window while I'm filming? Happy Crafty Friday!